Have you ever wondered what the 7 fears are that will hold you back in your self-development? Today I'm going to talk about the 7 that Napoleon Hill writes in his books. The first one is the fear of poverty, meaning when you lack money, when you lack financial freedom, you are most likely unable to support your friends, your family, or most importantly yourself, and the fear of poverty will take care of that issue. The second one is the fear of criticism. People hate being criticized for whatever they do, and you most likely are the same. The fear of criticism will hold you back in doing what you want. The third one is the fear of ill health. Fear of ill health, meaning people fear when they get sick, when they start having issues. This could also be for your family. It is a fear that will keep holding you back when you don't feel well. The fourth one is the fear of the loss of love. When you lose a loved one, which can be your partner, your parents, your kids, a family member, anyone that you love, a fear of losing one of those people will hold you back in your development. Fifth one is the loss of liberty. Everyone wants freedom in their life. Being occupied by someone else removes this freedom, and this is something you and other people fear in their lives as well. The sixth one is the fear of old age. People fear getting older. People fear being able to not be able to do stuff anymore when they're older. This is another common fear within the mindset of people. The last one is the fear of death. This one, the fear of death basically speaks for itself. Everyone fears dying, or I should say, most people fear dying. This is another and maybe even the most important fear that holds people back in order to try to achieve what they want. The easiest way to overcome these fears or to make sure to not let those fears hold you back is to work on your self development. Self development. It is the key to a greater life, the key to success. Without being able to self develop your mind and to be able to see things in a more positive way, these 7 fears will keep holding you back. It is normal to fear those fears, but they will hold you back if you don't start working on yourself. An easy way to start working on your self development is to set goals for yourself. I've been talking about previous videos before, I will link them down below. Can you see that? Yeah. In this video, I describe how you can set goals and what is a good way to maintain those goals. Setting goals, once again, it is important. I'll link the video down below. By reaching out those goals and working on your self-development, these fears that I described will become a lot less, and you will be able to work on yourself a lot more. Let me know down in the comments below which of those fears holds you back the most and which one you want to conquer. These points are well described by Napoleon Hill. I advise you to read some of those books. They're really amazing. And I also wanted to talk about some of the points that helped me back in the past. I've also been through poverty. I didn't like criticism. I have been sick. I've lost love, lost freedom. I'm not old yet, luckily, and I only also didn't have to fear death, but the other 5 I did have. But when I started working, my salary wasn't very well, and I had many issues in taking care of myself. I did have a house, luckily, which was a rental, but I hardly had any money to cover for myself. It was like 20 euros a week. Well, for 20 euros a week, you cannot really do much. It was one of the triggers that helped me in finding ways to overcome those fears and to start working on myself. I also feared criticism because I definitely did not like people talking about me. Because, yeah, often it happens. People talk behind your back, and no one likes figuring out that other people talk about you, about the things that went wrong in your life, and it just happens. Working on yourself, really self development, will help overcome that. And there may be haters in my life, but I honestly just don't care anymore. Another one is fear of ill health. This is something I've been hinting to a long time in my videos, but about 9.5 years ago, I lost all the hearing in my left ear. So I'm completely deaf on that side. And yeah, I've had the very big issues in overcoming the fear of that. Like, yeah, I lost hearing from one side, so I can only hear from my right ear. And in ways, it's easier because when I'm lying in bed and people are shouting, I cannot hear them, so that makes it easy. But in general, it took me a while to overcome that. And yeah, it's normal that it does, and everyone fears it. But yeah, what matters is what you do with it. And I'm now at a point in my life where yeah, I just accepted it the way it was, which actually took me about 7 months, and I did accept it. But especially now, it doesn't hold me back anymore. The fear of loss of love. In this case, when a family member of mine died, my grandma, a few years ago. Yeah, you know it happens. People go bad in their life. Things happen in your life. Dementia can speak up. Death can speak up. You never know what's going to happen. But thinking about those things and fearing it will just keep holding you back. Life is the way it is. You have to accept it the way it is, but you cannot change things anyway. The loss of liberty is the last one that I mentioned that I also overcome. But when I was young, as I told you in the part about the fear of the poverty, I was at a job where I wasn't allowed really to do anything. They kept promising to fight and to study and to earn more, but it simply just wasn't the case. So in that case, I lost all my freedom because at that point I believed it was all there was, which simply isn't the case. And after opening my eyes, there was liberty for me, freedom. With that, I want to close it off for today. Write down in the comments below which of those fears you conquered and which of those fears you are dealing with. I want you to remember to define your goals, stay on track, and you will be living the good life.